Chapter 6, Status Page. After they left, the smile on his face disappeared, replaced by a frown as he looked forward. They couldn't see it? Steve asked, somewhat confused. Before him was a large holographic screen with the words "Welcome Architect" written on it. He didn't know where it had come from, but ever since he awakened, it had been there. He assumed that the inspectors would be able to see it as well, but they both acted as though it didn't exist. Is it a normal phenomenon? He asked. He didn't know what was normal in this world, so he couldn't tell if they acted as though it didn't exist because it was a normal occurrence, or it was just because they didn't see it. "Hello, sir. Is there anything else you would need?" The familiar female voice was heard as Steve turned to its source. It was the nurse who could now be seen standing just a few meters away from his bed. Yes, actually, may I know who will be paying for all this? Steve asked. That's easy. Here in Korea, Hunter medical bills are handled by the government. So you can rest easy, you are currently under government care, the lady said with a smile. I see, then thank you, Steve replied with an equal smile. If the expenses were being handled by the government, then he didn't have to worry about anything. Since that was off his mind, he quickly turned his attention back to the holographic system before him. Except, he said out loud while staring at the options given. As soon as he said so, the screen changed as what looked like a status page appeared before him. It's really like a game, Steve laughed. Name, Stephen Grant. Age, 35. Title, Architect's Protégé. Mana, 200. Abilities. Protégé of the Architect. Architect's Touch. Architect's Insight. Where is the level and such? He asked, surprised at how simple the page was. Normal status pages showcase the level, stats, and other features of the player. This one didn't do any of that. It was as though it was created solely to inform him of his abilities. It was just as its name implied, a status page. Protégé of the Architect. As the protégé of the architect, the user is capable of learning all construction-related skills and abilities with increased ease than normal. Architect's Touch. As an architect, the user is capable of manipulating any structure based on their level of knowledge or understanding of said structure. Architect's Insight. The user gains a rudimentary insight into the nature or structure of any object or structure. That's all? He asked, surprised. Nothing he was seeing here seemed to fit in with what he exactly wanted. Didn't the book say that when one reincarnated and got a system, they would get abilities that would put them at the top of the world? If the others got that, then why was his like this? As long as I understand the structure of said thing, Steve quoted as he looked beside him. The phrase was a bit weird. Did he have to understand the very makeup of the structure, or did it mean the principle of how it worked?